If I wear a hood, can I just be Davros, like...
Hey guys, it's Julia. So today I'm going to be talking about Doctor Who Series 9, Episodes 1 and 2, The Magician's Apprentice, and The Witch's Familiar. If you did not know, or if you did not guess by now, I love Doctor Who so much. Obviously, this video is going to contain spoilers for probably all of Series 8 and what's in Series 9 so far, because these are all my thoughts that are like exploding out of my head that I need to like put on the internet. So, if you have not watched these episodes, or if you do not want to be spoiled, if you want to be spoiled, that's your choice. But if you do not want to be spoiled, please exit the video right now, because I do not want to ruin anything for you in these episodes. So, the opening of episode 1, right? We're in this battlefield, and it's obviously not on Earth. It's like in space, and there's these creepy hand things coming out of the ground, and there's this kid, and we're like, who the heck is this kid? And then this kid gets trapped in this place. It's like, what the heck is this kid gonna do? And then of course, inevitably, the doctor shows up to save the day. Hallelujah, bless you doctor, you're back. He's like, what's your name? Tell me your name. I must know your name because I need to know your name in order to save you, apparently. And of course, the kid is like, pretty apprehensive to tell this strange man his name. And he's like, come on, just tell me your name and I'll help you out. Come on, it's a pretty good deal. I know your name. I will save you from these evil, like, hand-eye things. So the kid goes, Davros, my name is Davros. And the doctor's not down. Roll credits. Already this season is shaping up to become really dark and also kind of sketchy. I don't know, like in these 2 episodes so far, there's already been so many like plot twists and turns. It's kind of like driving down a sketchy road where you don't know where it's gonna turn, where there's gonna be a bump, where there's gonna be like a dead antelope just like lying on the ground. Who knows? We did not get very much of Missy last season. We kind of got a little snippet of her here and there throughout the episodes, and then in the last 2 we got introduced obviously to who she actually is. But in this season we are getting a whole whack of it at once in these 2 episodes, and Missy is just the funniest character. I don't even know. She's just this funny, like quirky, crazy character, and I'm obsessed with her, and I don't care how evil she is. I love her. But then the one part where I didn't like her was when she and Clara like having that conversation in at the table, and she's like, how's your boyfriend? Still awfully dead. And I'm like, do not bring Danny into this. Do not. The wound is still fresh. So obviously we know the doctor's in trouble because he's given Missy his will, which is like this Time Lord thing. And it was so funny. She's like, no, he gave it to me. I'm his best friend. Like, she's convinced. She's so jealous of anyone who ever comes close to the doctor. Like, I love it when she's like, to Clara, she's like, you see that couple over there? You're the dog. And I'm like, bless Missy. Missy does not take anything from no one. Bisexual Clara Oswald is now canon. I'm totally cool with that. So then we turn up in this like medieval town place, which is apparently where the doctor has gone to have his last party, and he's been chilling there for a while, like fighting dudes and like playing his guitar with his sunglasses. And then Clara and Missy show up and kind of like stop his whole party. But one thing that I've noticed so far during the season is the doctor has so much compassion for Clara especially. He hugs her, he's like loving on her, and I'm like, I thought you didn't hug people, I thought you didn't like physical contact. And the snake dude, the dude who is like a snake, you know the guy who's like a person but then he like unravels into a snake. I'm not down. I'm not a fan of snakes. I am not a fan of those snakes. So having this giant snake thing like coming up like I'm like, no, I don't like you. Obviously, the snake ends up working for the Daleks, and they got to go to this little, like, floaty, outer spacey thing where, Davros, who's apparently dying, is just chilling out. Missy and Clara are, like, kept in this little cell, and Missy, like, gets herself out, obviously, it's Missy, and then she's, like, opens the air duct, and Clara's freaking out, because, like, oh my god, we're gonna get sucked into space, we're gonna die, and Missy's like, JK, no, and she opens the thing, and there's like no atmosphere. There's definitely gravity. And she like walks out onto like this invisible like little like platform seeming thing, because it's like invisible and you can't see what it is. And it's like major deja vu to like the snowman, where Clara just walks across the cloud for the first time, you know, on the TARDIS. It's like that. She's doing like the exact same thing. Missy realizes, oh shit, this is a trap. This is not good. And then all of a sudden it starts to appear and they're on Skaro, and it's like, oh no, we're on Skaro, the planet of the Daleks. How could we be so stupid? And then of course Missy tries to jump over to their side and it's like, you can use me, I can open the TARDIS, I can help you all because I'm Missy, but I was the master, so I know everything about being a Time Lord. And then they just exterminate her like, pew, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I was like, she's a vortex manipulator, she's fine. Doctor's freaking out, he's just like crazy freaking out. He's like, please no, save Clara, please no, God no, not Clara, don't take Clara from me. And then Clara gets exterminated, and I was not down. I was not okay with that. This week, it starts out, and we're back on Skaro with Missy, who's fashioning like the spear out of a stick, and Clara, who's hanging from these ropes on this rock like upside down, because Missy says that if she can't find anything to eat on this planet, she's going to eat Clara. I have to say, I do love the Clara and Missy dynamic. As much as I like them as enemies, them working together is really fun. And also, you can just totally tell that Missy's the boss, because even though Clara is a very strong-willed character, Missy still has like complete control over her. Like, Missy gets her to do so many things, albeit slightly forceful. She gets her to do so many things that Clara would not normally do. I'm just like not falling for this whole Davros is dying, Davros needs your help, oh god, oh god. Like, I'm just like, get out of that place. He is obviously out to kill you. What is a Dalek Master King Lord, however old and wrinkly and sick and undalek-y he can seem, ever being good? Like, this is just a recipe for disaster. You are going to become like pie, like, and the Daleks will consume your soul. He's like offering him like complete genocide of the Daleks, and he's like, just touch these wires. And it's like, those wires are like snake skin. Don't touch them. They're obviously the snake dude turned into wires. Like, don't touch them. Meanwhile, Missy and Clara are just kind of like exploring Skaro, trying to find a way to help the Doctor, and Missy just finds like this giant hole. She's like, these are Dalek sewers. And she's like, how far down do you think this is? And Clara obviously like bends over and she's like, I don't know. She's like, maybe we should throw a stone in. And Missy's like, I agree. And she just pushes Clara into this like pit. And I'm like, you know, if this was a normal life situation, she would have died just like at the bottom. She would have just been like cracked and bleeding and broken. But no, Jenna Coleman stayed flawless as ever. Even more, I'm just like, Clara is not in control at all. Like, she just gets handcuffed to this thing. She's the bait for the Daleks, and Missy's just like poking the Dalek with her brooch, and I'm like, what is this show? Then I totally saw this part coming, but when they took over the Dalek, and then she took out like the Dalek like person thing, and then she just looks pointedly at Clara, and Clara's like, what? And then Missy's like, get in, and I'm like, why on earth would you listen to this crazy woman? Why wouldn't you just be like, no, you get in the Dalek. I'll just stay behind and make sure you're all good, okay? Like, I think that sounds like a perfectly good idea. No, she listens to the psychopath, gets in the Dalek, lets Missy plug her brain into the Dalek's brain, lets Missy close the Dalek around her, and then she cannot talk normally through the Dalek. Every time she says something personal, like she says, I am Clara Oswald, or I love you, she'll say like, I'm a Dalek, she'll say exterminate, and I'm like, this is gonna be bad, because at some point in the episode, they're gonna have to realize that Clara's in the Dalek. But what if they don't realize that Clara's inside this Dalek? And then the Doctor's like, here, have some of my regeneration energy. It'll definitely be safe to use on a Dalek. And he's like, his hand starts glowing. I'm like, no, 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 no. And then somehow, with the regeneration energy, it turns out to be a good thing, because it makes all the Dalek sewer stuff, all the decrepit, disgusting Dalek squish come back to life and just start like coming through the cracks of the Dalek Empire. Old Dalek just coming up into the new Dalek. Like, wouldn't that just make them stronger? We get to the part where the doctor's like running down the hall and he sees this Dalek coming towards him. And I know it's Clara. It has to be Clara. And the doctor's like freaking out, like, who are you? Like, why are you here? There's nothing left for you here. And she's like saying, I am Clara. Coming out of her mouth is, I'm a Dalek, I'm a Dalek, I'm a Dalek. I'm like, no, you're not a Dalek, you're Clara Oswald. Missy comes running up and like, of course you're kind of like, oh yeah, Missy will be like, yes, that's Clara, doctor, calm down, it's okay, she's one of us, just like get her to like open the things and she'll be fine. But no, Missy goes all up like, Clara died, I saw her die. Clara's like sobbing inside this like giant shell, and it's such a deja vu to Asylum of the Daleks. She's so upset and she's just like, she knows she's doomed, she's gonna die and the doctor's gonna be the one to kill her. The Dalek says, mercy, mercy, and then the doctor's like, Daleks don't say mercy, that ain't a thing. And then he's like, why aren't you shooting me? Which is a question you should have asked since the beginning. The Dalek said, I am showing you mercy. And that's when he knows that it is Clara. And she was just like, how do I open it? And he's like, think open. And I'm like, you couldn't have done that when you like came up towards him? Like, you wouldn't have even thought to try thinking open? When the Dalek opens and Clara's there, Missy's like, oh. They escape as per usual, but he doesn't have a Sonic anymore. Let me just talk about this one for a second. He doesn't have a Sonic anymore. He gave it to Davros when he was like fetus Davros in the battlefield. No, now he has these like Ray-Bans, these Ray-Ban sunglasses that have Sonic powers. Can I talk about how much I don't like this? Like, I understand the whole Capaldi, like, new doctor, new age, but the sonic screwdriver is a classic. Like, you gotta keep it around. You can't have, like, these sunglasses replace it. Like, oh, look, I can kill the Daleks. At the end, how does Missy escape? What was her idea that she had, which is obviously going to be an evil idea? What if she becomes, like, the leader of the Daleks? What if that was, like, her grand scheme idea? Ooh. Another major point that I want to bring up right now is all of the hand shots of 12 during this episode. Like, there are just so many. Like, you just watch the episode, it's like, oh, there's 12's hand again. But one thing I noticed was on his ring finger, there was most definitely a ring. And I don't know if it was like this last season, but it looked very, very similar to a wedding band. And then I recalled the fact that River Song, the lovely, beautiful, wonderful wife of the Doctor, is coming back in the Christmas episode. Coincidence? I think not. This season definitely looks a whole lot less domestic than it was last season, which is what I predicted, and it's already coming true. It's like dark and creepy, and I'm obsessed with it already. I think Clara's gonna die. I am very sure Clara's gonna die. She is leaving, confirmed this season. That's not a spoiler, it is out there, because I think that is the only way she's going to get off the TARDIS. It's not going to be willingly, it's because she's gonna die. There was a lot of mention of like her death and how worried 12 was about her being dead, and like that whole dilemma that happened showed how much he cared about her. But it also shows us how much it would affect him if she died, and I think personally that's like a teensy bit of foreshadowing for what's to come. So those were my thoughts on Doctor Who episodes 1 and 2 of series 9. If you guys have any opinions to share, please do. I want to know. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!